This is the CFoD Show. Here are your hosts, Tommy Vereen.
Go Giants.
And Danny McCormick. Go Giants. The CFoD Show starts now. That's right, me. It is starting right now. That's right. My name is Danny McCormick, and I'm wearing an orange hat because I do that every now and then when it's a special time of the year to do the CFoD Show. It's not just about fantasy football. It's not just about the episode in which I am a total loser in. But anyways, it's just about what's happening right now. And this has been a terrible opener, but I'm going to pass it over here to Tommy Vereen, who's also wearing some orange on his hat. Tommy, how are you?
I'm doing well, Danny, and as you say, the opener could have been a little bit better, but so could your week of fantasy football. So yeah. It's okay.
I'm drinking my problems away.
I understand completely, but you're right. The thing is, it is a magical time of year. So time of year, well, the time of every other year, when all of the Giants fans can get together and welcome in a new postseason. So cheers, buddy.
Yeah. I wish I cared about baseball, but at least I can jump on the bandwagon every other year.
Yeah, at least you have a hat. It's a pretty consistent bandwagon. At least you're not a Dodgers fan.
Rams are 3-1.
And who did they lose to? San Francisco.
And who did the Niners lose to? Or who did the Panthers beat, I guess?
That's neither here nor there. We have a show to do, buddy. We got a game to watch.
That's
after this.
right.
Let's get into this.
All right. So that's enough of set number one. Let's go to set number two, where I did not change anything.
Oh.
Yeah, as you can see, it's exactly the same as last week. Speaking of last week, let's bring up what happened. Here we go.
Wow, right up there at the top. I played some good. You were totally right, Danny, last week. I know I kind of discredited you on the whole defense thing, but you had something going.
Yeah.
Because I really turned it on and shut you down both defensively. I mean, my offense didn't hit their projection. Still pretty good, second highest score in the league. But really, it was the defense that won me this week.
That's right. I know. I was so focused on playing good defense against you, which I did. You didn't hit your projected. So I think that's a win for me. But I did not, do any offense this week. I pretty much just phoned it in because I had an anniversary to plan. So
you're welcome.
Wait a minute. That's
right.
Right. Oh my! You purposely married me on October 2nd. So
this has been I've been playing defense for over a year now, Danny, because I planned this out last year. I knew that would fall on a Sunday this year, and he wouldn't be able to play defense against me. So
it all makes sense now. Wow.
But I want to know if I got it right.
Oh yeah, I should probably click this button so that I can actually mess with this. And
don't I get a bumper?
No.
What?
All right.
Do I at least get the ding?
And now I'll play the bumper.
Everyone wants to know, did he suck or did he know? Did Tommy get it right?
There we go.
There, you happy?
Yes. I'm happy.
I'm
happy about a lot of things right now.
I'm pretty much at your command right now. You pretty much own me. So,
I got my bumper. I got a ding. I got a win. Everything's just going well.
At least I wasn't James, because James only scored 81 points. Yeah.
That was pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
That was the lowest score in the league by far.
Mm-hmm.
Got his ass whipped by Randall.
Look at that. We would have had, if matchups lined up right, we could have had some ties. 3 people had 104 points.
I noticed that.
Interesting.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
I'm just now noticing that.
Yeah, it's a shame we couldn't have matched them up. But the important thing here is that I got this one right, because I know I picked Randall over James. That's just a no-brainer. I mean, he beat him by 58 points, so there's really no way I could have gotten that one wrong.
All right, well, here is the big reveal. Let's hear that ding.
I picked James?
Well, that's what the video said.
The fuck did I do that for?
Facts and reasoning.
I must have been high.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I was sick last week. I wasn't thinking straight, so that one shouldn't count.
Okay. Well, how about this next one? Does it count? I mean, it's Anthony. You didn't pick Anthony, did you?
Of course not.
Okay, you weren't that sick. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Okay.
But I did pick Jeff.
All right. Also, yeah, beep, 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 beep. Where are we? Okay, we're there. There we are. Sorry, I had to remember something, and I couldn't without stopping the show, because that's what I do. Anyways, let's talk about these games. We were supposed to do that, right? Well, Anthony lost, right?
Well,
we talked about
you know, Anthony came out and did Anthony things, so he lost.
I'm proud of him for passing 104
He did.
points. Yeah.
He's actually, you know, give him a little bit of credit. He doesn't have a win yet, but he is at least scoring a little bit higher than he was last year. He did have the highest score in the league, or second highest score in the league last week. And he followed it up by breaking 100 points. James, on the other hand, gets the highest score in the league and then follows it up with the lowest. So at least he did better than James.
That's correct. But let me tell you about a new idea for a segment I have following this segment right here. It's called How Many Times Have You Lost to Anthony? So this week, I actually lost to Anthony. James lost to Anthony. Cody and my dad, I would say they didn't lose to Anthony, so they wouldn't actually get a point. But at the end of the year, we're going to see how many times people lost to Anthony.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Last week, there was only one person who didn't lose to Anthony, or two people. So we're all on the scoreboard, except for maybe my dad. Interesting.
Really?
Yeah, because my dad beat Anthony last week.
Yeah.
So my dad is the only one who hasn't lost to Anthony.
Well, we'd have to go back and look at 1 and 2
obviously,
just to make sure, but okay. And speaking of the lowest score in the league, how about Ashley coming out with the highest score in the league?
Yeah, no, I mean, what is up with her? She could literally start, like, anyone. And basically, I want to trade her all my Panthers, and so she can start them, so that every other week they'll do good.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Well, wait, don't we get the sounder for, like, the MVP in this matchup?
No, that's not for another couple games.
But I voted for Steve Smith as the MVP.
Oh, well, yeah, you were the only person. You got outvoted like 7-2.
There's only 2 of us voting.
Well, you get... What about production and, you know...
I didn't know they vote.
HR. Tammy still has a vote. She's not on the show anymore, but it's kind of like, you know, the Heisman where you always get a vote.
She just takes everything, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, Steve Smith, come on. That was such a clutch trade by Ashley, dealing away DeMarco Murray for Steve Smith. He comes out and matches the #1 running back in fantasy football right now. Matches him point for point. I think it was 25 each. And that's what opened up the rest of her team to just come out and lay a ass beating on poor Michael McDougall.
That's right, because he is a locker room leader. Like, I'm fairly certain, you know, when they do the stats at the end of the year, you know, like, so-and-so was on 28% of championship teams. Steve Smith was on a lot of championship teams last year. It's just they had to drop him because he broke his Achilles.
Ice up, son.
Yeah, so, you know. Anyways.
Well, all right, so okay, well, I'm curious to see who the MVP is.
All right, I'll give you a hint. It's epic.
Okay.
Anyways, you picked Ashley, didn't you?
I'm sure if she won by 77, then obviously I used my...
That's right. Ashley's
God damn it, Cody.
Sucks. Yeah.
Come on, Cody. I expected more out of you.
Well, anyways,
that's why Steve Smith should be the MVP. I'm just saying.
He scored 25 points in a 77.
She only would have won by 52 if not for Steve Smith.
You're right. But anyways, now on to the next game where Justin did not change his name back. That has to spell disaster unless you're playing my dad. So...
I'm certain I picked Justin in that case then, right? Yay! I got one right. Another one. This is a cool little pattern. I'm noticing a pattern here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's the sounder. Yep. Okay.
I see.
Because you know...
Who did it?
Well, let's play the bumper.
CFoD MVP.
And Ryan is going to go deep for Julio Jones. And Jones makes the catch. There it is. And they got another one. Julio Jones. Hit once, hit twice, and gets into Panther territory. I formation, Ryan. Play fake, first down rip, Jones, middle of the field. Julio 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. 35, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Julio Jones. He just went over 300 yards receiving with that play. Catches, 3 Bills large for Quintoris Lopez-Jones.
Julio! My old friend from last year. I love you.
If
Glad
he would
things
have
are going
if he would have
forward.
scored 0 points, the Panthers might have won that game.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that, buddy.
Yeah, it's
But
okay.
that, you're okay. I see the logic there. 48 points out of Julio. Josh would have lost if not for Julio's amazing performance. So, so all right, fair enough. I guess he had a little bit more to do with the outcome than Steve Smith did.
Yeah. Plus
Honorable mention, Smitty.
plus the Falcons won and the Ravens lost. So
all right,
there's that.
fair enough. I understand.
All right,
The
now-
point is, the real MVP is me for getting it right. What the fuck?
You picked Ralph.
I picked the clusterfucker?
You're not very smart sometimes.
Are you sure I wasn't high last week?
You're sick.
All right. Maybe I was high on cough syrup or something. I don't remember doing last week's episode.
All right. So anyways, do you want to see the standings?
Boy, do I. I
right.
bet the top spot hasn't
Huh,
changed.
that's weird. That's as big as I can get it.
That's what I said to your mama.
That's not even really a good joke. But no, that's as big as I can get. I can't even see who's on top, so we should really just move on to the next segment.
Everyone knows that Tommy's undefeated CFoD domination tour is still in full.
There's a blue helmet at the bottom. That must be Anthony, so all's right with the world.
Me on top, Anthony on the bottom.
All right. Well,
Sounds bad.
we've yet to prepare our new segment that is going to blow your minds. So we have to just skip it and go straight into Fuck Up of the Week.
Baby, you fucked up, you fucked up, you fucked up. This time I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Baby, you fucked up, you fucked up, you fucked up.
So, I scoured the internet for like 3 hours today trying to find a good fuck up, and that's the best I could do. So,
It's actually kind of appropriate because I scoured the league for hours trying to find fuck-ups that people made, and really the only one that I could find was you not playing offense or defense. So, Danny, you fucked up.
Does that win a record for the quickest fuck up? Do I flip myself off? I don't know what to do right now. I mean,
There's
I'm
like a song
honored
you're
that I
supposed to
won.
sing.
Baby,
You're
I
supposed to sing
fucked up, I fucked up, I fucked up.
Yeah,
Now
that's
I-
it. You know the song.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that makes sense. You would.
Well-
Being the fuck up.
So, are we already to lightning breakdowns?
Is it lightning breakdown time? Well, we do have a game to watch here. So,
Yeah. All right, so let's play the bumper.
let's bump.
This is the
CFoD.
Weekly Breakdown.
That's right, Tommy. It's time for this week's Weekly Breakdowns, the San Francisco Giants even year breakdown. Let's start with game number 1 between Ashley and Anthony. Tommy, tell us that Ashley's break it down.
Well, Danny, we start the week off with an epic matchup between two people in the league whose names begin with A. Ashley is coming off an amazing performance in which she scored the highest point total in the league, while Anthony dropped his 4th straight game to plunge to 0-4. There's no way I could pick Anthony to win, could I? But let me hit you with some facts and reasonings, Danny. Ashley has 3 starters out this week on a bye and an injury-depleted bench. She doesn't have the depth to get a lineup in there, where Anthony actually does have a full lineup back there. Danny, I know I shouldn't do it, but the facts and the reasoning, Danny. I'm calling the upset special. I'm calling Anthony to win.
Should we just play the fuck up bumper of the week for next week now?
I know I'm setting myself up for it, but I'm just telling you, my facts and reasoning tell me that Anthony will win this week. I should get 2 points for that one if it's right.
Deal. On to game number 2 between Jeff and Cody. How was Ant? Oh, break it down.
That's right, Danny. I just dropped a pipe bomb on you.
That should have been the big game of the week. I don't know what I was doing setting this up.
It's okay. Well, now let me break down a matchup between two teams that seem to be heading in opposite directions. Cody came blazing out the gates with a 2-0 start, but has since fallen to 2-2. And on the other end, Jeff took an embarrassing 0-2 start and has managed to rattle off 2 straight wins to even his record up to 2-2. But I think the luck changes this week, Danny. With Jeff losing his 2 highest scoring receivers, Allen Robinson and Michael Thomas, to bye weeks, I don't think he has the production to replace that. I don't think Brian Quick is going to make up for it, Danny. So guess what? The defending champ is dropping again to a losing record because Cody wins.
Wow. That is not nearly as mind-bending as Anthony winning. So, on to game number 3, where we won't be mind-blown also, probably, between Randall and my dad. Tommy, break it down.
Here's a matchup between 2 green helmets with toupees. They're also the 2 dads of the CFoD. Well, I mean, Jeff and Cody are dads too, but their kids aren't in the league yet, so they don't count. But anyway, I digress. Historically, Regis has owned this matchup, Danny. He has an all-time 4-1-1 record against Randall, who is famous for his ties. I think he's tied everyone in the league. But Randall's first win in this series came last year. I think the streak stops there. I think Randall got one lucky win because Regis gets back his Jordy Jordan combo of Jordy Nelson and Jordan Reed. And he also gets Devontae Freeman back in that lineup. I think Randall manages to keep it close with a solid lineup of receivers, but Regis is just too deep this week, I think. I think Regis wins!
All right. I don't think my dad has Jordan Reed. I think he has Jordan Matthews.
Did I say Reed?
You did!
I'm sorry, I picked Anthony. You can't take anything I say seriously.
All right. Regis wins!
Maybe I'm high this week.
On to game number 4 between 2 people who I don't even know who they are because I don't recognize their names. Go. Break it down.
When did James change his name to Barry McCockner? McCockner? I don't know.
He literally texted me and told me to change it for the show. So there you go.
Oh, all right. Well, earlier we had a battle of A's, and now it's a battle of J's. Justin has been riding high ever since the heist of the century, when he managed to pry both Ezekiel Elliott and Brandon LaFell for only Stephon Diggs. What a genius move by Justin. What a stupid move by Ralph. But that's neither here nor there. What a genius Justin is. Meanwhile, James managed to take his league-leading performance in Week 3 and follow it up with the lowest score in the league last week, as I said earlier. James is going to lose because Justin's averaging 137 points a week. James has only topped that number once, and he changed his name like a dummy. Wait a second. Justin changed his name, maybe James is trying to... Maybe that's the fact. No! Facts and reasoning! Justin wins!
On to game number 5. The big game of the... Oh, wait, no. Game number 5. Darn it. Between me and Ralph the clusterfucker. Tommy, tell me how I'm going to clusterfuck this one. I mean, break it down.
Well, Danny, this is a matchup of 2 teams who got rocked by forces of nature last week. Ralph came short due to an unreal MVP performance from Julio Jones at 48 points, and Danny had to deal with me.
I also got a massage, so that was nice.
Well, that's good. At least you got something out of it. Anyway, both teams are going to look to get back on their luck this week. Danny already has his defense on track by cleverly having half of Ralph's team on a bye week. So good thinking, Danny. That clutch defensive move is going to prove to be the difference maker in this, as Ralph's team just doesn't have the same firepower it did before. Danny, you win.
Yes! I really frickin' hope I win this week, because I do not want to lose 3 weeks in a row.
And nobody wants to lose to the clusterfucker.
No, not even the clusterfucker. Wait.
No.
Yes. All right, Tommy, you know what time it is. That's right. We haven't talked about you yet, so it must be the big game of the week. Not the Kleenex brand tissues Jeff Smith game of the week. I remember
those
that.
days are behind me.
That was so fun. Can we bring
now
those
everyone's
back?
No, we can't because I'm not a bitch anymore. In fact, you're all my bitches this year.
All right. Well, let's see, Tommy. It's the former bitch versus the cookie in Mr. Chips Ahoy. Josh Gillespie. Tommy, break it down.
Well, first I'd like to just congratulate Josh Gillespie for being the next stop in Tommy's CFoD Domination Tour. What better statement to make on my path to the Gillespie Bowl than by embarrassing the namesake of the game? Julio Jones has a tough matchup against Denver this week, so I don't think he's going to get 48 points again. In fact, Josh could have 2 Julio Joneses this week, and it still wouldn't matter. I don't even have a defense in there, and I'm projected to win by 23. Tommy wins.
So, the Panthers are an easy matchup for Julio Jones. Well, I guess.
Apparently it was.
All right, you win. So, yeah.
Has there ever been a 5-0 start in CFoD history?
I believe that is a no, Tommy. In fact, we made a big deal about that last year. In fact, you want to go on a flashback?
I love flashbacks.
Let's see if I can find one.
Tommy's looking to make history this week as he tries to tie a CFoD record. Danny, did you know that only 2 teams in CFoD history have gone 4-0 to start the season?
Yeah, because we talked about it before the show.
But do you know who they were?
Cody and Cody, 2009-2010. I have the fucking same show notes as you, Tommy.
Well, this week irony strikes as Cody tries to defend his history, as he tries to prevent Tommy from going 4-0. But this week, it ain't gonna happen because Tommy's got weapons up his sleeve. He's entering the history books alongside Cody, and next week he's going for the record. 5-0 next week, 4-0 this week. Tommy wins.
Are we done now? Can I go to sleep?
And we're back from me pressing a button where I'm not even sure if a video played because I pressed flashback and I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I didn't. Normally, it just pops up here, like on our screen, on our monitors. But flashbacks, depending on how far back it was, we may not have had the technology yet.
That's right, exactly. So,
That's probably why.
anyways, you know what we do have the technology for? We have,
Travel to space?
no, travel to set number 3.
Oh, close enough.
That's right. Here we are, Tommy.
Oh, look, we can see the standings right here. So it's all lined up down
Yeah,
there. So
right.
I'm still in first place, everyone, just so you know. And then, Danny's not in second anymore. I guess second isn't the best.
Well, it is because the Sharks and the Panthers both got second, and hopefully somebody doesn't get second in a game tonight.
If you fucking jinx us with your... I'll kill you.
Where's my Warriors hat? I have a Warriors hat, don't I? But anyways, as you can see down there, Julio's eating some popcorn. Stefan wants some, and Eli Rogers is like, dudes, we're trying to play football on Monday night, apparently.
Those guys are all pretty close together. Well, I guess they're going to have to get pretty cozy to get
Yeah, we have...
16 MVPs together.
That's right. So, anyways, is there anything you want to do here on set number 3 before we go and watch some Giants home runs?
No, I think we're about to have the opening pitch here, just right now, actually.
Why would you mention opening pitch? You totally just ruined the tic-tac-ticker.
The tic-tac-ticker's not on this scene.
I know, but the
set.
tic-tac-ticker was in the previous scene, and maybe I said something in it. I mean, the producers put something in it that is no longer true now that you've said that the game hasn't started.
I mean, the game's already started. It's over. You won.
Thanks, buddy. Oh, we won?
Yeah.
Oh, I should turn it on. I've been watching it on tape delay, apparently.
Ah.
Tape delay.
Yeah, it's, fun. It's more fun to watch it from start to finish.
Tape delay would have been a better excuse, I think.
Tape delay. Yeah, let's go with it.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll edit all this out. You'll clean this up.
That's right. I'm really good at editing. That's why all these pictures have their little waterproof or
I like how you edited this little fire extinguisher down here for safety, so we don't have set 3 burned down again.
That's right, because that was tragic, and
there's lots of people in here, including me.
And his name was Julio too. So, but anyways, until next time, guys. I hope that I win. I hope that Tommy wins because 5-0, that's cool, and then I'll beat him in week 6.
I'm just trying to make history. Just trying to give everyone a hero to look forward to.
I do have
follow
to
my lead.
I do have to commend you for one thing, Tommy.
What's that?
You won the bet. You were allowed to talk extra shit, and you refrained, and I am proud of you for that.
Well, I love you, buddy. Plus, I'm going to be talking shit about you again next week, so
that's right. Okay, good.
Spread it out a little bit more.
All right, well, I'm going to drink myself to a Giants win. You have yourself a good night, Tommy. You enjoy the game, and you out there in... let me point at the camera. So I'm bad at this. You out there in CFoD land, go CFoD yourself!
Ladies and gentlemen, go CFoD yourself.